Imagine a chef slicing into a prized bluefin tuna, expecting its signature ruby red hue, only to find a dull, lifeless gray. Thousands of dollars wasted, a festival dish ruined, a reputation on the line. In the world of luxury seafood, even a slight misstep in temperature, timing, or handling can mean catastrophe. The South Beach Wine and Food Festival isn't just another culinary event. It's a showcase of perfection, where Michelin-starred chefs, celebrity restaurateurs, and the most discerning palates gather to experience seafood at its absolute best. Here, a single oyster's brininess must evoke the raw energy of the Atlantic, and every bite of uni must taste as if it were harvested that very morning. But ensuring that level of freshness is a feat of extraordinary precision. For chefs like Thomas Keller and Nobu Matsuhisa, nothing short of perfection will do. A single bite of caviar at this festival isn't just food. It's a statement of mastery, precision, and prestige. But how do you ensure that a lobster, fished from icy Maine waters, arrives in Miami still alive, its claws twitching with energy? And how do chefs guarantee that a $500 tin of caviar reaches their hands without a single pearl compromised? The answers lie in an intricate web of logistics, innovation, and pure human ingenuity. Secrets we're about to uncover. The journey of luxury seafood begins long before it reaches the gleaming kitchens of Miami's South Beach Wine and Food Festival. It starts in the frigid depths of the world's most pristine waters, where expert fishermen, divers, and aquaculture specialists handle each delicacy with near-ritualistic precision. In Hokkaido, Japan, divers carefully pry fresh uni, sea urchin, from the seabed, rushing them to processing stations where skilled workers extract the golden roe by hand. Any slight mishandling can rupture the delicate membranes, turning a premium delicacy into an unsellable loss. Meanwhile, off the coast of Norway, towering salmon farms operate like precision-run laboratories, where fish are stunned, bled, and flash-frozen within minutes to preserve their vibrant color and fatty richness. The world's most coveted oysters, like the famed Guillardeau from France, are harvested under strict conditions, packed in their own briny liquor, and immediately placed into humidity-regulated crates to ensure they remain plump and alive. From the moment of harvest, the race against time begins. Speed is critical. Fresh seafood has an expiration window measured in hours, not days. Live lobsters and Alaskan king crabs are packed into oxygenated water tanks, carefully calibrated to mimic their natural environments. If the water is too warm, the creatures become stressed and weak. If it's too cold, they can enter a state of shock and perish. Meanwhile, tuna caught off the coast of Spain or Japan are immediately bled using the Aikjime method, a centuries-old Japanese technique that prevents rigor mortis and preserves the fish's smooth texture. These bluefin, often weighing hundreds of pounds, are then frozen at an astonishing -60 degrees Celsius -76 degrees Fahrenheit in specialized superfreezers, pausing time itself so that the fish retains its just-caught quality for weeks. But catching and preserving the seafood is only the first step. Getting it to Miami is a logistical ballet of high-speed transport and precision handling. Cargo planes equipped with temperature-controlled cargo holds carry shipments of fresh fish and live shellfish across continents. Airlines like Japan Airlines and Emirates have dedicated seafood corridors, ensuring minimal delays at major hubs. Once in the air, insulated boxes filled with dry ice or gel packs maintain precise conditions, while humidity sensors prevent oysters from drying out mid-flight. Some seafood, like fresh uni and caviar, is vacuum-sealed in nitrogen-filled tins to prevent oxidation, ensuring that every bite retains its buttery, oceanic essence. Yet, even after the seafood lands in Miami, the journey isn't over. The city's heat and humidity pose a new set of challenges. Trucks equipped with cold chain technology whisk shipments directly to the festival's kitchens, maintaining temperatures within a precise range. Live seafood tanks are monitored for oxygen levels to prevent stress, while chefs inspect each shipment with the scrutiny of a jeweler examining rare gems. One slight deviation in temperature, one moment of carelessness, and an entire shipment worth thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, of dollars can be lost. The process is an intricate, high-stakes game where success means delivering the ocean's finest treasures in absolute perfection. But even with flawless execution, the challenges don't end there. Customs regulations, supply chain disruptions, and the ever-present risk of spoilage make transporting luxury seafood a relentless battle against time and nature. The journey of luxury seafood is fraught with obstacles, each one a potential disaster waiting to unfold. Unlike frozen or mass-produced fish, these delicacies have no margin for error. A box of premium oysters delayed for even a few hours at customs can turn into a financial nightmare. A slight dip in temperature during transit can cause a prized bluefin tuna's fat to degrade, ruining its melt-in-your-mouth texture. And the Miami heat? It's an ever-present enemy, threatening to undo weeks of meticulous planning in mere minutes. The first major challenge is biological. Unlike packaged goods, live seafood is, well, alive. Lobsters, crabs, and certain shellfish must arrive at the festival not just intact, but vigorous. Any signs of lethargy indicate stress, and stress equals poor flavor. Transporting live seafood requires constant environmental control. Oxygen levels in water tanks must be carefully regulated, and salinity must remain consistent. Even slight vibrations during a rough landing can send lobsters into shock, compromising their quality before they even reach the chef's hands. Then there's the issue of temperature control, a battle waged at every stage of the journey. From the moment seafood is harvested, every degree matters. Sashimi-grade tuna must be kept at a bone-chilling -60 degrees Celsius, -76 degrees Fahrenheit, a process achieved through ultra-low temperature ULT freezers found only in specialized transport hubs. Meanwhile, fresh fish like branzino or snapper require a delicate balance, cold enough to prevent bacterial growth, but never frozen, as even microscopic ice crystals can ruin the flesh's texture. To make matters even more complex, different seafood items require different temperatures. Oysters thrive at just above freezing, while caviar must be kept between -2 degrees Celsius and 2 degrees Celsius, 28 to 35 degrees Fahrenheit, to preserve its signature pop and briny freshness. Logistics teams rely on specialized packaging to maintain these conditions. Some shipments use dry ice. Others rely on gel packs that provide steady cooling without the extreme temperature fluctuations of traditional ice. High-end seafood also demands constant tracking. IoT sensors inside the crates monitor temperature, humidity, and movement in real time. If a shipment sits too long on a hot tarmac, an alert is triggered, and logistics coordinators must scramble to reroute it before disaster strikes. But even if the seafood survives the journey, there's still one final hurdle: customs and import regulations. The United States has some of the world's strictest seafood import laws, designed to prevent the spread of invasive species and ensure food safety. Each shipment must pass rigorous FDA and USDA inspections, sometimes requiring lab tests that delay clearance. High-end seafood suppliers, however, have mastered the art of expediting the process. Many use pre-clearance programs, allowing customs officials to inspect shipments before they even leave their country of origin. Others have dedicated supply chain teams that work around the clock to ensure no shipment lingers longer than necessary. Even with all this planning, things can still go wrong. Hurricanes, airline delays, and unforeseen mechanical failures have all derailed seafood shipments in the past, forcing chefs to scramble for last-minute replacements. And with the increasing effects of climate change, ocean temperatures are shifting, affecting seafood availability and requiring new adaptations in sourcing and transport. Yet, despite these relentless challenges, luxury seafood continues to arrive at the South Beach Wine and Food Festival year after year, in absolute perfection. This isn't just luck. It's the result of cutting-edge innovations, decades of expertise, and an unwavering commitment to quality. In the world of luxury seafood, perfection is non-negotiable. A single flaw, a slight temperature fluctuation, a moment of transit delay, or a lapse in handling can mean the difference between an exquisite festival experience and an unsalvageable loss. This is why the seafood industry has become a hotbed of innovation, blending science, engineering, and logistics mastery to ensure that every oyster remains briny, every tuna slice retains its melt-in-your-mouth texture, and every lobster arrives at the festival with its claws still twitching with vitality. The technological advancements that drive this process are nothing short of remarkable, turning what was once an unpredictable trade into a finely tuned operation of precision and efficiency. The most critical innovation lies in cold chain logistics, where maintaining optimal temperature conditions is an unrelenting battle. Unlike regular refrigeration, luxury seafood requires a highly controlled environment tailored to the specific needs of each product. The gold standard for premium tuna, for example, is ultra-low temperature ULT freezing, a method that preserves the fish at -60 degrees Celsius, -76 degrees Fahrenheit. This isn't just about preventing spoilage. It's about freezing the fish at such an extreme cold that ice crystals cannot form within the muscle fibers, preserving the silky texture and deep, umami flavor prized in sushi-grade tuna. Traditionally, freezing fish led to degradation, but modern ULT freezers, originally developed for medical applications, allow top-tier seafood suppliers to extend the lifespan of a fish without compromising its quality. Some seafood is even preserved using liquid nitrogen cooling systems, an advanced technique where fish is frozen almost instantaneously in a nitrogen mist at -196 degrees Celsius, -320 degrees Fahrenheit. This extreme method is often used for caviar and delicate shellfish, as it prevents oxidation and preserves the subtle textural nuances that define the luxury experience. Unlike traditional freezing, where gradual temperature reduction can lead to cell wall damage, flash freezing technology suspends time itself, ensuring that when the seafood is thawed, it tastes as if it were pulled from the ocean just moments ago. But freezing isn't an option for everything. Live seafood, such as lobsters, oysters, and king crabs, presents an entirely different set of logistical challenges. The key to keeping these creatures in peak condition lies in controlled environment packaging. Modern seafood transport companies use highly specialized water tanks infused with oxygen regulators, simulating the animal's natural habitat while on the move. The water temperature is carefully maintained to keep the creatures in a state of minimal metabolic activity, preventing them from becoming overly stressed during transport. Stress isn't just an ethical concern. It directly impacts the quality of the seafood, as high stress levels cause shellfish to deplete their glycogen reserves, resulting in a less sweet, less tender final product. As the plane begins its descent into Miami, a silent warning flashes on a logistics manager's screen thousands of miles away. A shipment of uni, packed in nitrogen-sealed tins, is experiencing a slow but dangerous rise in temperature. If it crosses the critical threshold, the creamy texture will degrade, and thousands of dollars worth of seafood will be lost. Within seconds, an emergency response is triggered. Coordinators reroute the truck, minimizing time on the sun-baked tarmac. The shipment makes it to the festival just in time, each tin still pristine. Beyond tracking, another technological marvel revolutionizing seafood logistics is blockchain traceability. With the increasing demand for transparency and food safety, high-end seafood suppliers are using blockchain to track a product's entire journey, from the moment it is harvested to the moment it reaches the festival kitchen. This immutable digital ledger records every transaction, location change, and temperature reading along the supply chain, allowing chefs and buyers to verify not only freshness but also sustainability and ethical sourcing practices. At events like the South Beach Wine and Food Festival, where chefs work with the world's most discerning clientele, having a verifiable record of a seafood product's origin adds another layer of exclusivity and trust. Yet, in a world increasingly concerned with climate impact, the seafood industry isn't just focused on freshness, it's also racing to reduce its environmental footprint. Traditional seafood logistics, reliant on fuel-intensive cargo planes and styrofoam-heavy packaging, have long been associated with high carbon emissions. However, new solutions are emerging. Some premium seafood distributors are shifting to hybrid electric cargo planes, which reduce emissions by up to 30% per shipment. Others are investing in solar-powered cold storage units, which use renewable energy to keep seafood at precise temperatures without drawing excessive power from conventional grids. Even packaging itself is undergoing a transformation. Historically, seafood shipments were packed in non-biodegradable styrofoam coolers, which are both wasteful and difficult to dispose of. Today, sustainable alternatives like biodegradable insulation made from seaweed and mushroom-based materials are making their way into the industry. These materials offer the same thermal protection but break down naturally, leaving behind no environmental damage. Some companies are even experimenting with self-chilling containers, which use phase change materials that absorb and release thermal energy, eliminating the need for disposable ice packs entirely. The push for sustainability extends beyond logistics. it's also influencing how seafood is produced in the first place. Closed-loop aquaculture systems are emerging as a game-changing innovation in fish farming. Unlike traditional open-water fish farms, which can lead to ocean pollution and overfishing, these advanced systems recycle water, repurpose fish waste into organic fertilizer, and ensure fish are raised in controlled, antibiotic-free environments. Countries like Norway and Japan are leading the charge, using AI-driven monitoring systems to track fish health, feeding patterns, and water quality in real time, ensuring that farmed seafood can meet the same standards as wild-caught varieties. Picture a future where seafood never has to be caught, where a single cell, harvested painlessly from a wild tuna, is multiplied in a lab to create the perfect sashimi, its texture indistinguishable from the finest wild catch. No nets, no overfishing, no depletion of marine ecosystems. The first bite? Indistinguishable. The impact? Revolutionary. This isn't just seafood innovation. It's a new frontier in how the world eats. Yet, even with all these technological advancements, one truth remains. No machine, no algorithm, and no sensor can replace the expertise and care of the people behind this industry. From the Japanese divers who harvest sea urchin by hand to the cargo specialists ensuring live seafood arrives safely, every stage of this process demands human skill, precision, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. And when the doors of the South Beach Wine and Food Festival finally open, when chefs present a flawless tower of freshly shucked oysters or slice into a pristine fillet of sashimi-grade tuna, the audience will see only the final masterpiece. But behind every perfect dish lies a world of hidden innovation, a global network of technology, logistics, and craftsmanship working in unison to make it all possible.